Hi, it's me, Vamp. And today I'd like to talk about my favorite bit. Well, not really my favorite per se, but it's definitely the most interesting bit I feel coming to Warframe in the past dev stream. I'll put a link in the card above. There'll be a link to the latest dev stream recap. I go over everything they talked about in the dev stream if you want to check that out. And before we begin, I also want to point out that tomorrow, as of recording this video, tomorrow Nightwave intermission is going to be a thing. So I guess technically Nightwave is coming back. I'll cover those videos as they come out at the weekly reset. So stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the Kuva Lich, it's actually here marked as your personal villain. Normally I would like, wait, aren't they a rival? No, I mean, okay, see, here's the thing. A rival can mean different things. Initial rival, someone you're just against or whatever, but in most animes nowadays, a rival consists of, oh, just like a fun, friendly, get stronger than you type thing. Like, Goku, Vegeta, someone considered them as rivals. And then, the characters you play on Pokemon, those rivals, Ash, Gary, Red, so on and so forth. So this really isn't a rival situation. They're not motivating us to get stronger, and we're not motivating them to get stronger. Well, we are kind of in a way. I'm rambling right now, okay? But the reason this is an interesting bit because they get abilities based on how we kill them. And we are the only one that can kill them each time. But they aren't permanently dead yet. They won't be dead till we figure out some kind of code, like special thing of words, their real name, their real phrase, which I think is pretty awesome. And the fact that they use Kuva put them in the lore altogether, so it makes it so they are grounded in some type of way to the lore, to the Grenier Queens or the Grenier Queen or whatever. And they also bring with them Kuva weapons, which I think is just a fantastic idea. It's kind of like, okay, you know how on Borderlands 3, maybe you don't know, I'm not sure, but on Borderlands 3, they have these weapons. They are like, they have alien parts. They're just random weapons with the alien parts because Borderlands 3 runs on an engine that it takes random parts and gives you a gun. So if you want the perfect gun with the perfect parts, you might have to keep getting that gun over and over again until you find exactly what you want. This could be a similar thing here. Now, mastery is only going to count one time for each of these guns, which I expect them to have a whole bunch of Grenier guns, like Kuva Tonko, Kuva, whatever other Grenier guns are existing in the universe. Kuva version for every of them. I don't expect them to have a Kuva Amprax or anything like that because Amprax is Corpus. Although I'd love a Kuva Amprax weapon. They could even go farther into the lore. They could say something like that the Amprax was originally what with the primed era? I'm really spacing out. In the comment section below, if you No, the Grenier Queens are Orkin, that's it. They could say that Amprex was originally Orkin and Alad B stole the technology and that's why the corporate have it. They could easily say something like that. That would be pretty cool. Wishful thinking on my behalf, but that would be pretty cool. Then we could have Kuva companions. Kuva companions, can you picture that? They're not prime, they're Kuva. But then we run into, if Kuva weapons are better than the prime variants, we don't know. We know they're going to be different, right? Like maybe add in natural element. I don't know how they will work. I don't know how they will make it better than prime or worse than prime, or are they just going to be equivalent to prime so that like no reason at all to have the normal variant? Because with the things like the generous prime, there's still point in having the raptor center. There's so many centers in the world. Can you imagine like a Kuva center, for example? Yes, I know the centers might not be a Grenier weapon. I'm just giving an example. And so, Kuva snipers would also be interesting. I guess my question would be how would it affect the stats? Although from my understanding, they're random rolls. So you could have that god type roll. And apparently the weapon comes with some sort of contract. You would have to trade the contract to someone else, which you could if you wanted. This whole thing, it's just new and interesting, and I'd love to see how it works. I originally thought it would tie in with Railjack or Empyrean, as they're calling it now, but it's not. It's its own thing, and that frankly interests me. I honestly, I kid you not, I think this is something that Warframe really needs. I feel like it will motivate people to get the weapon because, okay, so usually you build the weapon and you'll get the resources, you build the weapon. Now, are they just going to drop the weapon or are they going to drop the blueprint for the weapon, which you'll have to build? If they're just dropping the weapon, then that means they dropped are they dropping a weapon slot as well? Or is it something like, oh, this is in your inbox, you can only collect it once you have another slot? Is this a way to get free slots in the game? Weapon slots in there? I don't know, so many things. And if these Kuva weapons are going to be easier to get than the regular variants, what would motivate people to buy slots and, build the regular variants of the weapons if they can just get the Kuva weapons for a lot easier? But will it take a while for them to build so many variables? I suppose one way or another it's going to be found out next week how it's going to be about. So that, or, in 2 weeks, whichever one comes, I was going to say first. But on the dev stream, they said they were aiming for next week, but it could be 2 weeks. No matter what, it will be should be the end of this month on PC. Hell, I'll be interested to see how that thing works. And apparently you can also decide to spare them and heal the corruption within them, and they fight for you. They show up every now and then in missions, which is cool and all, but did they give me like a copy of their gun, or did they just not give me their gun at all? Instead, I have them helping me. Is there a one-time thing helping me, or can I just like have an army of people that just come at random intervals? Then it come to some point where I have just like 100 backlog Kuva Liches that just every single mission I'm in, they just come in and help me. Literally every mission, whether I need it or not, they're like, here, I know you need help. I know you need help. And do I gotta wait for them to fly in, or do they just appear? Do they hold up the mission? So many questions. So many questions. But this is great. This is genuinely great because makes this gives Warframe, I don't know if you'll think of it that way, but this gives Warframe a lot more replayability, more content, if you will. It gives Warframe more. This whole, it's awesome. It truly is. I know. I seem like I'm fanboying right now, kind of, and I kind of am in a way because I'm happy for Warframe. That could be the thing in it. Now, granted, I could be entirely wrong, and it could turn out a hot mess. But I honestly think it's going to turn out good. They're randomly generated. They're new weapons. They're like weapons where you can get, quote, god rolls on and stuff. So it's this whole dropping mechanic thing that just seems so awesome. I hope it comes with a weapon slot, or that's going to cost me a lot of platinum in the end. So we'll see about that. But yeah, I like this system. Okay, I really do. I want to see more of it. I want to see where it goes. And yeah, I've rambled on quite a bit about it. I know. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this new system. Do you think it's like a breath of fresh air? Do you like the idea of it? Do you hate the idea of it? Are you kind of worried about weapon slots now that I bring it up? Let me know your opinion. Will it get you to go back to playing Warframe if you decide to currently take a break? Because I know some of you watch my content because you enjoy it, not necessarily because you want to play Warframe, which is fully fine, of course. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. But does this motivate you to maybe want to go back into Warframe? Let me know. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, feel free to click that thumbs up button, punch that bell icon if you want to be notified right when my videos go live. And if you're not subscribed already, feel free to subscribe, because if I'm right and this being amazing, that channel is going to, it's just going to, okay? Later.